for your Empire Network news. This is ENN.
Greetings, Imperials, and welcome to your evening edition of ENN. I'm TB84207.
And I'm TK40440. With a lot going on in the galaxy, we have much to cover, so we'll dive right in. Riots rock the Outer Rim as a group of pirates continued to thwart Imperial efforts. The Empire continued its good work of transporting necessary supplies to various worlds with civilian populations. These attacks on our peacekeeping efforts are believed to be led by Hondo Ohnaka and his ruthless gang. Authorities say efforts are being put into place in order to strengthen security on the supply ships and capture this nuisance once and for all.
The vice chairman of the banking clan has finally agreed to terms and relinquished the banks over to the Galactic Empire. I think I speak for all of us when I say this was in their best interest.
Definitely, TB. More on the Outer Rim. The Hutts have a few more bounties to be collected. One very important perpetrator of the Empire, known as Han Solo, is also on that list. Any information on the whereabouts of this man and his Wookiee accomplice will be rewarded greatly. They are wanted for the destruction and genocide of our first Death Star. We will continue to provide coverage as the story develops.
12 workers lost last night on our newest battle station in an incident that occurred while laborers were installing ventilation systems. Wiring caught fire and opened an outer blast door. Several crew members were sucked into the vacuum of space before the emergency doors were shut. The sector was closed off before any more casualties could occur. All faculties on board and in that area are advised to stay away from that sector until further notice.
Several systems are still being required to ration until further notice. The newest battle station and pride of the Empire is requesting specific supplies. Remember to check with your local garrison leader as to what your quadrant is collecting.
And on to our continued coverage into the tragic loss of our first battle station. Many of us personally knowing most of those that served and subsequently lost their lives in the name of the Empire. A timeline of events is still being assembled. However, thanks to Lord Vader, who as you all know was first-hand witness and survivor to this horrific event, we have acquired solid leads as to who was directly responsible for this unprecedented slaughter.
This tragedy was orchestrated by a selfish, hateful group whose sole purpose is to see all those around them suffer. I know beyond certainty this act was perpetrated by rebel scum. They will pay for their crimes.
Nearly 1 million brave Imperials were lost in this atrocious event.
And we'll be right back with your sports after this message.
Here in the Empire, we are motivated by our inner strengths, our power, our passion. It is our victory. We only accept the best. And we are looking to make the very best of you. We are looking for those who want the challenge, who seek the challenge, those who want to lead, those who want to fight for the Empire. Most of all, those who want to fight for your galaxy. Join the Empire.
Welcome back to ENN. It's time for some Galactic Sports highlights. The first circuit of Galactic Pod Racing is complete, with Gasgano being only one of 3 to finish the race, snatching victory from the completely defeated fan favorite Sebulba. However, it will be Sebulba's very own legacy circuit coming up next on the Dug's home planet of Mount Dare. If he doesn't take home this W, then we'll be looking at Gasgano as the season contender. We have news from the terrorist committee that they are still not hosting any swoop races. Their underground fighting ring is also not looking good. The committee released this official statement: "Help, Reckles, please send help." It looks like the Frog Dogs and Rotworms are at it again over on Nar Shaddaa, facing off for no apparent reason or gain. Who will be the losers? Who will be the champions? Bets are opening on the final Nunabalt Cup, with your favorite RIC droid still holding the belt. Certainly looks like Rick 88 in it to win it. That's all for sports. Back to you.
Wow, those are some squirrely droids. Nuna!
And in other news, continuing our story concerning bounties to be collected, Our very own TK30971 caught up with the galaxy's most renowned bounty hunter, Boba Fett himself, in hopes to shed light on the current state of criminals loose in the galaxy.
I'm here with the infamous bounty hunter, Boba Fett. And I think what we'd like to know is, how did that smuggler slip your grasp? I believe you were paid handsomely for this bounty, which you then relinquished to a notorious Hutt crime lord, and then were thwarted by rebels? Okay. As the galaxy's #1 bounty hunter, do you feel in any way responsible for the crimes and actions these rebels have committed against the Empire?
This interview is over.
We'll have more of that interview later. I sure hope they can catch that smuggler. He seems to be a menace.
He won't escape the Empire's grasp for long. And now, for your local atmosphere.
All right, let's take a look at today's atmospheric forecast here on the Death Star. Today's big news is the construction explosion that happened in sectors 35G. The hangar explosion created a massive low-pressure front that is moving across the southern region of the Eastern Hemisphere. Anyone in sectors H and L are indeed experiencing some cooler temperatures as a fallout. If you choose to go into these neighboring regions, it is highly recommended that you bring warmer garments as a precaution. Moving up towards the weapons assembly area, we are currently experiencing some higher humidity than usual. Residents of the surrounding sectors, no doubt appreciative of the tropical conditions. I wouldn't get too comfortable, however, as technicians explain this is due to the organic material growing on parts that have arrived from the outer rim. They add, when weapons testing starts, these organic materials will burn off and humidity should stabilize. And if you like monotony, barring another catastrophic explosion, I have great news for you as we look at the atmospheric forecast for the days ahead.
I joined the Empire to protect the Emperor.
Soy TK-62840 y la razón por la que uní el Imperio es para poder acabar con la escuela rebelde que intenta desestabilizar el orden impuesto en la galaxia por nuestro gran emperador Palpatine. Por el Imperio.
Join the Empire because we have fun.
Because the rebels kill my friends.
I joined the Empire because we have cookies.
Yo me uní al Imperio para gobernar la galaxia.
The reason I joined the Empire is to rid the galaxy of rebel scum and villainy. I was born to serve, live to protect, and fight to win.
Me uní al Imperio para acabar con la amenaza Jedi.
I joined the Empire because I hate traffic.
I joined the Empire to bring peace to the galaxy.
There are many different reasons for joining the Empire. What's yours?
Peace and security, just two of the ideals the Empire continues to spread throughout the galaxy. It is an astonishing time to be actively reaching out to support our furthest allies. Here's our very own TK17165 with more.
Here on Lothal, the excitement continues as the Empire completes their latest installation. IC90196 is here to give us an inside perspective. What is your take on this latest expansion?
So far, construction is on schedule. Once it's completed, I believe it will be an important asset to the community.
Have the locals shown any resistance to the increased presence of the Empire?
The response is very positive. Who wouldn't want the most advanced spaceports?
Thank you for your time. I've also had a chance to speak to some of the more isolated civilizations affected by these expansions. I'm here on the desert planet Tatooine with local resident Kuzak Bach. What do you have to say about the Empire's expansion on your planet? Well, there you have it. Live from Mos Eisley. Did you have something to say, little queen?
That about wraps it up for tonight's Empire Network News. You can catch us same time tomorrow.
Thanks for watching.